Back in the dark days of 97-98, Doncaster's Nadir had come at Leyton Orient.
This is Baker, with a chance to make it 8, and he has! This equalled the record!
And Rovers' first game of league football in 5 years was back at Orient's Brisbane Road.
Yeah, there's a picture there. Hang on. That picture there. And that was taken the moment we kicked off. I said to Steve Utley, our photographer, take a picture of me at 3 o'clock when they kick off, because I want to remember that moment. At that moment at 3 o'clock, I felt so good because we're back in the Football League. It was just a momentous moment. And it was about 90 degrees at Leyton Orient. We had a bank of fans, probably 2,000 or 3,000 fans behind the goal. And just before half-time, Greg Blundell scored a magnificent diving header. And Leyton Orient were pretty confident they'd stuff us because we'd lost in the season we got relegated, I think 8-0 at Leyton Orient. And Barry Hearns was there. Well, I think you're on a tough wicket today. And I thought, you've got a shot coming, mate. We ended up winning 3-1 and we're on our way. We're on our way.
And the ghost of Leyton Orient was well and truly laid to rest at Bellevue in January. Leo Fortune West scored a first-half hat-trick as Rovers hammered the O's 5-0. Donny were lying second in Division 3 when they travelled to fellow promotion hopefuls Mansfield in February.
Mansfield are right up there, and we went to Mansfield, massive occasion. It was a big game, a big game, because I said to Dave Penny, I said, you know, if we win today, I think we'll be going up. I said, this is a momentous game. It's a, you know, anyway, we got there and we had a very soft penalty given against us early on, and we went 1-0 down, but then we really played some fantastic stuff. Greg Blundell scored a great double, aided and abetted by Fortune West, and he scored it where all the Rovers fans were, and they all went up, and it was just a great day, a great day. And we won 2-1, and I thought to myself, you know what, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. The next important game was actually at Easter when we played Cambridge United, and we had to win to ensure promotion. And we had 9,000 or so, there was about 2,000 locked out at Bellevue. And we had about 9,000 in, and we won 2-0. And Greeny scored a great diving header, and I remember that. And Akin Fenwer scored the other goal.
I'm sure they'd like to pull off their promotion in front of their own fans, and here might be the opening. It's Blundell, it's Akin Fenwer! That's the goal! That's the goal that could take Doncaster Rovers into Division 2. And it's the 1-2 again of Greg Blundell and Bio Akin Fenwer. Akin Fenwer scores his 4th goal as a Doncaster Rovers player, his 3rd in consecutive matches here at Bellevue, and he is their hero. It's taken more than an hour in finding, but that goal is so precious to everybody here at Bellevue. John Riley's on his feet. Everybody in the Doncaster box on their feet to celebrate the goal from Bio Akin Fenwer. Doncaster are on their way into the 2nd division. Mulligan through to Melligan. Mulligan's made a run and takes again here now. Then he finds Ravenhill. Then it's Mulligan. This is a lovely build-up from Doncaster. Goal number 2! Headed in spectacularly here by Paul Green. And Doncaster for certain are now on their way up. And what a moment for the young man Paul Green, rejected by Sheffield Wednesday. He's going to be playing against them next season. Man of the match at Stoke in the playoff final last year when Doncaster came out of the conference. Now he's going even higher. He's going up to Division 2 with Doncaster Rovers, Paul Green. You're going to hear the final whistle and you're going to hear Bedlam and witness Bedlam in a moment. The referee has already signalled for his assistants to get ready to run across the pitch. This is a fairy tale. Doncaster Rovers were playing non-league football 12 months ago. Next season they will be playing second division football. They'll be rubbing shoulders with Sheffield Wednesday and teams like Wimbledon, who were in the Premier League 2 years ago. It's the most astonishing story. And for Dave Penny, for John Ryan, for everybody connected with this club, the president Trevor Milton, all the players, this is a phenomenal achievement. And welcome to the second division, Doncaster Rovers. They had to do it through the playoffs last year at Stoke when they beat Dagenham and Redbridge in a memorable final. They won then 3-2, and they've pulled off a considerable achievement this season. Many felt they might go back down to the conference, instead of which they're going the other way. They are going up, and don't these fans know it? Joyous scenes at Bellevue, over 9,000 here today. 5 years ago they were carrying a coffin in memory of a club that was on its way down and some felt almost out of existence. But now Doncaster Rovers is very much in vogue in this city. The nationwide banner says we're going up, and holding it aloft is Paul Green, who got the second goal, his first since December, and what a time to get it with a diving header. It's added to the strike earlier from Bayo Akinfenwa. It's champagne time here, and Doncaster Rovers will take their place proudly in Division 2 next season. The last time they went up to this division was 20 years ago, when Billy Bremner was in charge. And here comes the chairman, John Ryan, beaming ear to ear. And why not? He's probably the most popular chairman in the Football League.
When I was about 21, something like that, I went out with a girl whose father was chairman of Doncaster Rovers, Frank Wilson, in the late 1960s. And he said to me one day, come and sit in my Bentley. And I said, no, I'm not going to sit in your Bentley, I'll wait till I've got my own. And I also added that, and by the way, I'm going to be chairman of Doncaster Rovers one day, and I'm going to achieve more than you have, because he just won the championship, you know. So, and in fact, I was the next chairman to win a championship from his day to my day, as it were. Nothing happened in the middle.
How does this compare with winning down at Stoke to get into the league 12 months ago? Rovers clinched the title with a game to spare, and they finished the season with a 1-0 home win against Carlisle. Greg Blundell scoring his 20th goal of the season.
We were presented with the championship trophy. It was very fitting in a way that Laurie Sheffield walked out with a championship trophy and gave it the team. Laurie Sheffield was our kingpin from the 60s championship winning teams with Alec Jeffrey. And just a shame Sir Alec wasn't there to see that, because he'd have loved it. I made him president of the club, and unfortunately he died before we had all this fantastic success, which he would have absolutely adored. But I'm just hoping he saw it from up there, and you can see there that in the corner there is Alec Jeffrey's England cap. He left me 3 in his will. I gave 1 to Kevin Keegan because Kevin, you know, Alec Jeffrey, I always said, Kevin, you're a fantastic footballer, twice European Footballer of the Year. I said, you're only the second best one to come out of Doncaster. And he said, no, I know that. I know Alec was the best. That was just heaven. To win a championship and going right back to Mr. Wilson, and I said I would, you know, I actually rang him because he was still alive in his 90s. He actually died at 95. I said, you know, I fulfilled my promise. You know, I got my Bentley and I won a championship. You know, and obviously he won one in the 60s. He said, no. Do you remember what I said all those years ago? He said, yeah, I remember. I'll be watching you.